The Project Rods of God, also known as Project Thor, is an orbital weapons system. It uses kinetic projectiles to strike terrestrial targets. The 1967 Outer Space Treaty bans nuclear weapons in space. But it leaves a loophole for other forms of spatial weaponry. What do governments truly conceal about this project? Documents declassified by the CIA FOIA reading room reveal the origins of Project Thor. It was created in the 1950s by Jerry Pournelle, a research operations specialist at Boeing. The 2003 U.S. Air Force report on hypervelocity rod bundles describes a system of kinetic projectiles. These bundles measure 6.1 meters long and 0.3 meters in diameter. They are capable of striking terrestrial targets at Mach 10 speeds. The 1967 Astronaut Rescue Treaty obligates nations to assist distressed astronauts. Yet it fails to clearly define the terms astronaut or space vehicle personnel. What is the true intent of governments regarding these spatial weapons? Available archives suggest that the United States and other nations explored the use of spatial weapons. This exploration occurred despite the restrictions set by the Outer Space Treaty. The CIA's Office of Legislative Counsel Journal, dated March 8, 1967, notes a conversation with a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee regarding the surveillance of a system of weapons in space. Libyan leader Muammar al-Qaddafi gave an interview to a Kuwaiti journalist in 1985. He discussed the political situation in the Middle East. He made no explicit mention of spatial weapons. The contradictions between official statements and reality are stark. What do governments truly hide about these spatial weapons? Until now, one could believe that spatial weapons were prohibited by the 1967 Outer Space Treaty. But a line in the 2003 U.S. Air Force report on hypervelocity rod bundles introduces a problem. Kinetic projectiles can be used to attack terrestrial targets. This directly contradicts official statements about the prohibition of space weapons. What do governments truly intend to do with these weapons? And who profits from this silence? What if what we have seen is not an anomaly, but a pattern? The archive suggests similar programs existed throughout history. They were always shrouded in secrecy and denial. If these documents are complete, then perhaps the real question is not what is hidden, but why this information remains locked away. The researchers who accessed these files point toward a culture of secrecy that stretches back decades. These practices carry consequences that may be far greater than we currently imagine. A single line in a 1975 document indicates that government agencies possessed the capacity to conceal information even from the highest levels of power. Yet the method by which these practices continued without detection remains unexplained. The available evidence suggests the truth is far more complex and unsettling than previously assumed. A recently declassified document, dated 1987, reveals that government agencies conducted secret experiments without the approval of competent authorities. This document, titled Project Nightshade, details exactly how these experiments were conducted and how the results were utilized. What is most disturbing is that the file explicitly states the experiments continued even after authorities were informed. The archives indicate these operations took place in a secret facility outside the United States. The results were then used to develop new technologies. But the question that remains unanswered is, who gave the order to continue these experiments? And what were their true objectives? The document bears the signature of a senior officer, but his name has been blacked out. The document is dated March 12, 1987. This program is officially closed. But what replaced it is the next episode. If the real question is not what is hidden, but why now? Why are these secrets beginning to emerge now, after so many years? What does this mean for our understanding of the past and our future? The answers to these questions may prove even more disturbing than the secrets themselves.